Dharmaji. And then we go continuously about Sanghas and recollection of the Sangha. And then here, the general, the showing of the quality of the Sangha, and then such that the quality, endowment of that quality of Sangha is such kind of, highest way to offerings. There's two things, maybe I will read this translation. This has two aspects, showing the good qualities of the Sanghas. Sangha, what kind of should be, and then praising the ones having those good qualities as supreme place for giving or for generous things. So here he used as, generous thing, the giving. So it should be offerings or such things. So such who have quality of the Sanghas, then that object is one of the highest object of the two offerings. So then the first one, has two aspects. Okay, first one has two aspects. This goes from the their mindstream are through purifying. But this is like, I don't know, what does this mean now, through purifying? Here is two, in Tibetan word, they're saying two things. One is, what is mind stream actually?
It's actually mind thoroughly purified.
Organ, pure, right? So it's so they're talking about here two subjects. The totally pure of the mind, and that object is highest quality of highest quality, I think. Is there somebody saying like two things? Two aspects, mind stream through purifying. They are spring field of the good quality. Sorry, there was ordered up there. Then first the mind stream things. So here in the root text, they're talking about the Sangha of the great vehicle up to have then kind of center into what? Harmony, right? Or between this, there's like few words, Tepa Chembu, Gendon, Lepar Shupa, Tongbo Shupa, etc. So anyway, now first is the great vehicle. So, of the Sangha. And here the word more emphasize of the Sangha. The Sangha is Sanskrit. And in Tibetan we use Ge, Nun. The Ge means virtue. And he translates as good. And Nun means your mind, aspiration into the virtue. Someone, their aspiration or enthusiasm to do virtue is that we call Sangha. And then here use as Mahayana, and these two kind of words. And then Mahayana particularly he put here about the Sangha. So that aspiration, today our aspiration is little bit weak. Sometimes we really have such mind that I will do virtue actions. But then at the same time, we do a lot of unvirtue actions. By unknowingly, by knowingly, with regretly, with rejoicingly. So we do all kinds of things, right? And here saying that millions of the demons even try to destroy your enthusiasm to do of the virtues. And no one can destroy it. And that is the really, that your mind into virtue, enthusiasm to the virtue. This Nun is sometimes the aspiration, the translation, and sometimes I think enthusiasm or wishes, we can do anything. I think they are all kind of same. So such wish to do dharma, wish to do dharma, if no one can destroy it. That is like definition of the Sangha. Definition of the Sangha, you know. So must be really knowing of that this virtue is something high valuable. Otherwise, you know, everybody can destroy it. And then they're talking about here the Mahayana, they use the Tepa chamber Gendanis. So in this case, the Mahayana, it doesn't mean that only Mahayana. And Mahayana, he used that every Dhamma practitioners, higher than law practitioners, or non-Buddhisms, I think non-Buddhisms, because we are already tied to thinking of the liberation from samsara. And so therefore, like even in this case, Hinayana practitioners, we could call Mahayana. Public understand those. So therefore, also he says that this here, I think mainly, why they call, you know, like higher or Mahayana is that thousands of demons, they try to destroy it of our aspiration to do Dharma, but still no one can do that. So that is extraordinary. That is Mahayana. That is Pakpa. You know, Pakpa is the noble ones. Then those Songji Teban Jiden Chimbo. Also, they're talking about, okay, this is like Pakpa. Then Buddhists, the yanas are higher than worldly yanas or worldly paths. That's why Mahayana, okay, two things. Then also you can think other ways. They're talking about 7, you know, Mahayana and Hinayanas are the 7 different qualities that Hinayana practitioners, they're focusing only themselves to be, you know, free from samsara. Mahayana focusing is like all limitless of sentient beings. So therefore, the way of focusing is totally different, you know, more extraordinary. Mikpas says on Devatan, Yeshit said to time cases. And then, you know, that Hinayanas, when they took vows, for instance, they take vows until I will end of my life, I will keep vows. So they're like measured of one life. But Mahayanas, they say that I will take vows until I will become enlightenment. And so the like measurement is also very high. And then Mipham says on Departments, and accomplishing Hinayanas, they're practicing, accomplishing benefit of themselves. But Mahayana, they're talking about also accomplishing of the others. So like self and others accomplishing. So accomplishing is also much higher than Hinayanas. And then the wisdom. The wisdom of Hinayanas, they understood of selflessness, you know, like one part of the emptiness, but not all phenomena emptiness. So therefore, Mahayana, they are, you know, kind of a realization of the fully all phenomena as emptiness. So therefore, the wisdom is also much more vast and higher than Hinayanas. And then this diligent, you know, the Hinayanas, they enter ahats. That can take maybe few lifetimes or 100 lifetimes. But the Bodhisattvas, Mahayana practitioners, they can eons of the eons to be, you know, helping sentient beings, practice Dharma, and so on and so forth. So, like Mahayana, diligent is much more higher than Hinayanas. And then method, you know, in Hinayana, they cannot take every phenomenon as a path, but in Mahayana, all circumstances can be taken as path. So they method is also much more higher than Hinayana. So therefore, generally, the great vehicle, when they're saying great vehicle, there's 7 extraordinary quality than Hinayana. So therefore, they use the great vehicles. So Jamgön Mipham Rinpoche, when he description of this great what they call here great vehicle in this root text, and he used 2 ways. So all Buddha's enlightenment path is greater than worldly practice or worldly path, and that way you could say such great vehicle of the Sangha. And in that means all Hinayana to up Vajrayana is included. But then other way he says then the 7 highest quality. And when we explanation that, then I think Hinayanas will be not included with this. So therefore, I think first one is the very good one. But we should also understand that there is differences of the Hinayana and Mahayana, which I think we already have been learned these things in our summer course and some other occasions too. That is, you not me, but the Chimba don't be table and been Papa Namnas.